As always, Wednesdays at 5 o'clock, we bring you WAG Wednesday. And joining us right now from South Florida, I believe, is Miss Jones. Miss Jones, it's Craig and Evan in New York City. How you doing today?
Hey.
Hey. What part of Florida are you in right now?
Okay, I am very South Florida. I am more south than Sarasota, but since I'm kind of private, I'm not going to tell you exactly what city I'm in.
Fair enough. But west coast of Florida, beautiful Gulf coast right there, all good. Now, let's get a little background so people know who we're talking to. You were in the United States military, if I have that correct. Is that right?
Yes, I am a former Marine.
Thank you for your service.
Former Marine. That must have been a wild experience. You're a beautiful woman, very sexy. And while there are a lot of women who are brave enough to represent our country in the different military institutions, I would think that you were very popular beyond just your patriotism.
You know, to be honest with you, I had the absolute sexiest drill instructors. I was like questioning my sexuality at that moment. So I want to say I might have been like a little bit, I don't know, full of myself, but I saw the drill instructors and I was like, yeah, okay.
Gotcha.
So,
okay. Well, still, we do appreciate the
Marines
service.
There's some really hot Marines. I'm not going to lie, like female Marines. So
I think the guys are hot too. As a matter of fact, if anyone that's willing to strap on a gun and protect our way of life is sexy to me.
Damn
I don't
right.
care how big, small, wide, or not wide you are. So you get out of the military. Now, when you were in the military, you were an MP. You were military police while you were enlisted. Is that correct?
yes.
And were you ever stationed abroad or only here in the States?
Yes. So I was in Japan, and so in Japan is where I didn't know, being active duty Marine, I was like a baby. I was like 18, 19.
Sure.
So I didn't know if you were allowed to have a second job or what you were allowed to do. So in Japan was where I ended up doing the Budweiser round girl for the Japanese boxing.
So you made some money on the side while you were stationed in Japan. You became a ring girl
did.
for a Japanese boxing league.
Did you end up learning the language? Can you speak Japanese now?
Oh my gosh, no. I am actually Eastern European. I do speak another language, but it is as far from Japanese as you could even imagine. So
I'm going to take a guess. Is it Romanian?
no.
Damn it. Because I'm Romanian. I thought maybe we had a connection with it.
No.
I thought, all the beautiful people come from Romania. I thought maybe she and I had a connection. I'm attractive. She's attractive. I thought maybe we had a thing there.
You're not that attractive, buddy.
No, you're cute. You're cute. I like it.
I'll take it. That just made my day. Okay. All right, so you come back to the States. You get a degree in psychology. You coach basketball. You try to find yourself. And at some point, I'm thinking you get involved with athletes at some level. Is that a fair assumption here?
Okay, so you would have to rewind until I want to say 17. When I was 17 was my first encounter with a professional athlete.
And who was that?
So I mentioned that I am writing a tell-all book because I have a couple of names, and I don't want to say, okay, I'll hint around it, but I was in Cleveland at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And he
LeBron James, you went right to the top.
No? Okay.
No. But he was he played in the major leagues for about 9 years. But he started with Cleveland, and yeah, he was.
All right, so
God, he was 7 feet tall, and I was like,
I got this.
This is the biggest sexy man that I could even imagine.
Yeah.
So you're a teenager. You go to.
You know what I did? Yeah. I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you. I'm going to clarify it for you.
Go ahead.
I was the anchor person for our local TV station
In Cleveland, Ohio?
Well, I'm from Youngstown.
Okay.
So they had this big thing for all these new Cleveland Indians, and they were like, come out, we'll give you a press pass. And I was like, oh, this is so cool. I could be legit. I'm real now,
Right.
And this guy was there, 7 feet tall, and I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe this is happening right now.
Right.
Yeah.
What was was it Like you were there, you wanted to maybe start a career, be taken seriously. How did he approach you?
He literally gave me a baseball and was like, I'll sign this for you if you do something for me.
And was he explicit? Don't say it on the radio, of course, but was he explicit with what he wanted you to do for him?
He wasn't explicit, but like 2 minutes later, his like bodyguard or whoever was the security at the venue came up to me and literally just gave me his key to his hotel.
Wow. That is a baller move
okay.
right there. Here's the key to my... And you went to the hotel room, I guess.
Hell no.
Oh, you did not?
I am not that easy. I am not that easy.
Eventually.
You're not just going to be big sexy and come up to me and give me a ball and be like, because I am who I am.
So
no.
at this point, you say no, rightfully so. What was his next move, though?
Well, you have to read my book because it didn't end there.
So you're writing a tell-all book about your life, but also some of the well-known athletes.
Do you want to know the athletes? I already figured it out.
That you have had relationships
no, don't say
with.
it.
All right, fine.
So how many different athletes would you say in your lifetime you've had some level of experience with?
I want to say maybe 4. But
4. Okay.
4.
And
But
all of them in Ohio or
no,
throughout?
No. Yeah, throughout, just in general. I mean, I've lived everywhere. I've lived in California, New York. I've lived in North Carolina, a lot of basketball players there. I've lived in Florida forever, a lot of baseball players here. And, up when I was in Ohio, for some reason, Youngstown is like some kind of mecca of boxing, Boom Boom Mancini,
Right.
Kelly Pavlik, like I mentioned. And so, there's just boxers, and those are tough
And
guys.
in your experience, what type of athlete have you found to be the best lovers? Baseball players, boxers, basketball players? Which one?
I don't know how graphic I'm allowed to be.
Don't be too graphic. Don't be too graphic. Just try to keep it clean.
Let me just say this.
Yeah.
There is only one athlete who has ever been like, hey, let's go longer than 10 minutes. Okay, I promise you I can. And it was a surfer, a professional surfer. That's it.
How about
Everybody
that?
else is like, oh, yeah, I got this, baby. And I'm like, do you? Because it's been 8 minutes. So
Wow. 8 minutes.
Doesn't this make everyone feel good about themselves?
8 minutes seems like a marathon to me.
I was thinking that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
At any point, did you take it as a compliment? That
I
guys
always take it as a compliment.
Right.
That's
I
a good
always
attitude
take it
to
as a
have.
compliment.
Yes.
Yeah, I
But
like
you
that.
better reload that musket really effing quick.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair, though. That's fair.
Really
but
quick.
you did take it as a compliment, which is a well-deserved compliment. Okay.
Right. As long as they reload. Got to reload that musket.
Well, that's the problem. Call me in an hour.
Yeah, I need 2 hours. Good for you with an hour.
Wow.
I mean, I'll give you 10. I'll give you 10 minutes.
Oh,
to figure it
God.
out.
Now, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
With all the athletes that you've had relations with, has it always been where they came after you or slid into your DMs? Or was there ever an occasion where you knew who a guy was, you found him attractive, and you try to go after the guy?
No, I have never gone after any guy ever in my whole life, if I'm being honest.
Fair enough.
But you know what? At the same time, it's like I have, you would look at my Instagram and be like, oh, people are, so scared to physically come up to me. I don't know why. Maybe I have this like resting bitch face or I don't know what's going on, but
Right.
No one will come up to me in real life and say anything to me, but everybody and their brother wants to go into the DMs and be like, blah, 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 blah. Every athlete I ever met was just in person.
Got it.
They
So
had
you're
the
telling
balls
me-
to come up to me in person and be like, hey,
So let me ask this. You're telling me, because you're obviously in great shape and you're an athlete as well, that if you go to the gym and work out, guys are afraid of you, like guys are intimidated and won't come up to you, hey, baby, blah, 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 blah.
no, like never.
Wow.
Like never. I had this one guy. I was running in one of my favorite spots in South Florida that I run.
There's no way
And-
you can run fast, though, because that would hurt, I would think, yeah?
Oh, I run fast. Haven't you seen my TikToks or anything?
I have not
like,
seen the
literally post
TikTok,
my-
but I'm just
Okay.
wondering because you're very large-bosomed, so I would think that,
Yeah.
running would be difficult for you.
No, I strap those puppies down
Got
and
it.
I hit it. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
I mean, it's a fair question, right?
Very fair
No,
question.
it's totally a fair question.
Okay,
yeah.
so go ahead. So to finish your story. I apologize.
Well, I forget what I was saying.
Well, you saying guys don't come up to you at the gym, that kind of thing. And then you said when you were
No.
running. Go ahead.
Yeah, this one guy stopped his car and he was like waving me down and he was like, I just want to tell you you're stunning. And I was like, I wanted to be like, fuck. Oh, sorry.
We
I wanted to be
stop
like,
that, guys. All good.
you, like, you just ruined my pace just to tell me I'm stunning. Like, I know I'm stunning. Thank you. But, like, don't ruin my pace. That's like if a guy's in the middle of a set on a bench
Right.
and you stop him to be like, hey, how much are you doing? Like, don't do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
like let you go for your run and don't be a creep. That's like a weird, creepy thing to do, to pull over your car and go,
pulled over
I just
his
want
car.
you to know you're hot.
Wait a second. You've never tried that, Craig? I thought everyone tried that once.
Tried that. No.
no.
How did you come to coach a basketball team for 4 years?
Well, this is one of those, okay, am I going to go down this road? But I coached for my son. And when he got old enough, he kind of took over and coached the team instead. But while he was little, I did it for 5 years.
Oh, Lord,
Yeah.
that must have been something.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, it was awesome.
you know the song Stacy's Mom, right?
Yes.
Like
She's got it going on.
I mean, how old was your son when you were coaching him in basketball?
Okay. Let's see. He's almost 21 now.
Okay.
So he was 6.
Oh, so he was like kindergartner, first grader. Got it.
6-year-old.
Let me ask you this. I always wonder this. I don't. If I'm out of line, please stop me. I'm going to hopefully ask this in a respectful manner. I'm trying to. When your son is going through like puberty and a teenager, and now he's in high school, you are who you are. You look the way you look. You're a beautiful woman, and that doesn't mean you're not, very smart and intelligent and successful. But 15-year-old boys are 15-year-old boys. Did you ever feel like his buddies were like, "Hey, Billy, let's go to your house"?
I mean, that happens all the time. Like in my son's yearbooks, it's like, your mom is hot. That's like what they wrote. And I'm like, oh, well, I mean, I'm kind of like used to that in
Right.
general anyways.
How did
Through
he deal with it? Like, was that something?
He was just like, shut up. And he calls me Mama. He's like, Mama, do you? Who cares?
Right. No, listen, you raised him right, I'm sure. So did you have any crazy experiences in the military?
Oh my gosh, didn't I? I've had so many crazy experiences in the military, but I mean, I don't know what I can say that's like not public record. I had to leave the military. I was forced out of the military because
Why?
a really high-ranking officer like completely tried to come at me in like a really aggressive way. And so I had to testify against him, and kind of we kicked him out. Like the Marines did good on that and kicked him out because he was like a huge creeper.
Yeah.
But
so you probably weren't the first person he acted like that towards, right?
no, I wasn't. And like I'm kind of glad that I was able to be the one to start. It was like a big firestorm, and I was kind of glad about that, but I got out.
Was there ever
this soured me?
Was there ever a pro athlete that did approach you that you did say yes to on that very first day or night, where he didn't have to like really work all that hard for it?
The surfer.
The surfer.
And she was right.
Yeah, but hold on. You didn't meet that surfer in Ohio. That must have been California. It's pretty obvious,
No,
right?
it was North Carolina. I met him in North Carolina.
Were you on the beach watching this guy surf, and all of a sudden he's like, "How you doing?"
I was on the beach. I was with a group of girlfriends, and we were just watching this surfing tournament that was going on.
Right.
And a group of them came in, and I was just like, my God, he's like he was very like a dark skin, dark hair. He had a beard.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm not used to that. I was used to like guys who look like,
Yeah, me.
blue
I got
shirt
you.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, sorry. And I was like, okay. So, I was just like enamored by this guy, and he was like so ripply muscled. And I was like, oh yeah, let's do it. He was like, hey, what's up? And then, 2 hours later, I was like,
That was it.
I'm
You
a
were
slut.
so happy
But,
though, because
like,
it was
that was
more
just
than
one.
10 minutes.
One
So you were
person.
thrilled.
But that slugger of the Cleveland Indians, no. You needed to wait.
Have you figured out who it is yet, Evan?
Yes, I'm very confident, yes.
Just give me a first name only.
Well, I got it down to 2 guys. Both their first names start with the letter R. Is that correct?
Is that correct, Miss Jones? Yes, it is. Okay.
Okay.
I can see you on camera.
Now, one of them's last name is a very, how do I say
Popular?
this? No, it would involve what they ended up doing.
I got to figure that one out.
Does that ring a bell?
you have to think. think now. You have to think for these riddles. I love it.
But was that riddle fair? Because you obviously know the answer. Was that an accurate riddle based on what I just said?
I mean, yeah.
Okay, you got it.
Yeah, we know it. Yeah.
He'll tell me off air, no problem. Roberto? Robert? Now, I'll figure it out by the time we're done here. I'll figure it out.
I mean, it's a great riddle, by the way. If you guys are baseball fans, anyone listening, you could figure it out.
So, Ms. Jones joins us for just another minute here before we wrap up WAG Wednesday. It says in my notes here that you're a big sports fan. Beyond the guys that you've had relationships with, what are your favorite teams?
Okay, first of all, my dream job would be to be like in a booth with Keith, Gary, and Ron in a bikini calling those games every freaking day. Okay, that's my dream job. But
hey, can you get SNY on the phone, please?
Not for nothing. I can make that happen tomorrow.
Like, for real. Like, I love them. They're my favorite.
So you love the New York Met broadcast. Wow, okay.
I am a huge Mets fan.
Nice.
Huge Mets fan. They're my favorite baseball team. I was in New York, when Shea Stadium went down. It made me sad. And I have a lot of memories in that stadium. I remember those original Mets for me. They were the original Mets, like Jose Reyes and David Wright, and there was this big group of them. Even Matt Harvey was still there, and I was like, oh, it was so good. But
Matt Harvey never came after you?
He never saw me.
Got it. Okay, got it. Because that would have been Matt back in the day. You would have been at One Oak till 5 in the morning. Ain't no doubt about that. He'd have been all over that. No doubt.
8 minutes are these baseball players.
The average baseball player lasts 8 minutes in bed, Evan. So,
doesn't that make everyone listening feel good about themselves?
Every guy listening is like, whoo! Yes. It's not just me. Truck drivers last 9. All right, so you're a diehard Met fan. I respect that. Yeah. How about basketball?
Basketball is harder for me. In the past couple of years, it's just gotten really political, and that's hard to see. I will say I lived in Kansas. I went to a girlfriend of mine's son's basketball game. This was high school.
Okay.
These kids were windmill dunking. Okay, I am not even kidding. They had all D's and F's, but it didn't matter. None of them went on to play any kind of college sport. But oh my gosh, these kids could have played in the NBA right now, and they were high school kids.
So let me ask you this.
This is the best basketball I ever saw in my life. From any real game that I've ever gone to, it was the best basketball I ever saw in my life.
Do you know enough baseball to hold your own? If I got you into the booth for SNY, do you know enough baseball to converse about what's happening in the game where the fan base would say, okay, she knows her stuff?
I have kept Game Changer for my son's games for 12 years. I know what a baseball game is. But I have a crush on Keith, Gary, and Ron. So I don't know how much I will be able to focus.
I got you.
Oh, you got to get this done. We've got to get it in with SNY. This has to happen.
We're on SNY 2 hours a day, every day. You may know that from 4 to 6 p.m. when there's not a Met game going on. So we'll talk to you offline. We'll get you up to New York at some point. Have you come on in, and I promise you, we will introduce you to Keith, Ron, and Gary.
Then I owe you a favor.
Don't worry. We're good. Don't worry about all that. I'm good. We're all good on that. But, this day may never come. But I will remember that you owe me a favor. Well, listen, Miss Jones. I guess people want to know if they want to check you out. Are you on OnlyFans or Instagram, Facebook? How do people find you?
They can come to my Instagram. They can come to my TikTok. I'm very active on there. I had to shut down some of my spicy sites because I did have some of my son's friends start to join. And so I was this
that's so awkward, right?
The line. So I shut it down. So I don't have any of that anymore.
Got it. Was it lucrative, the OnlyFans stuff, or was it not lucrative?
Oh my gosh. Well, it depends on how good you are. I started it just kind of as a joke. I'm very sexual in general in my daily life. That's just how I walk around. I'm like a loaded gun. I'm like a guy, but a girl. I'm a loaded gun. And so I started it to see what would happen. And in 3 months, I hit the top. I was making so much money, more than most people make in a year. It was insane. And then people started coming at me with weird stuff, pop this balloon.
Like
and,
weird
I
stuff,
don't know,
like
weird stuff.
fetishy stuff?
Yeah, they were like, oh, like, I don't know, pop this balloon and like stuff like that. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, this isn't why I started this. You know what I mean? I was
No,
like,
I hear
can we
you, I
just,
hear
do the sexy thing. And so it was like, it started just like getting out of hand. I was like, just never mind. I made my money. And so I'm done with it.
You know, that girl that, the Cash Me Outside girl from Dr. Phil fame claims she made $50 million in her first year doing OnlyFans. I'm not asking what you made, but can you see that as a possibility? That's real or no?
50 million?
That's what she claimed. She made $50 million in her first year. Yep.
I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe, but
How much money would a guy like my partner Evan make if he went on OnlyFans? You think he would make it big?
5'9", redhead, sort of skinny, fat, no muscles on my body. How much would I make? That's my description, by the way.
I think it's cute. I think you're cute.
Oh.
Like you would do fine. Yeah. But you know what? Guys don't want to see some like they're watching these videos or whatever. They don't want to see something that's completely outlandish. They want to see somebody that's like them. So they're like, is this girl, can I pleasure this girl? Can I make this happen?
Yeah. Well, the answer's
And
no.
in 8 minutes or less, sometimes they can.
8 minutes or less.
All right, kiddo. Listen, thanks for coming on. Appreciate it. It's _Miss_Jones with 3 S's on Instagram. You can check it out. Again, we mean this sincerely. Your service to this country should be acknowledged, and we thank you for that. And appreciate you coming on today. And if you're ever in New York, definitely come by and see us in person. And you have my word that this summer we'll figure out a way to get you in front of Keith, Ron, and Gary. I think that'd be great.
I am there. Thank you, guys.
Thank
You're
you.
awesome.
It'll be good. Thanks for coming on.
Bye.
There you go. Miss Jones, everybody.
Now,